Are you a Final Fantasy IV fan? If so, this event is for you. Definitely. So today we're going to go check through the banner, basically. As you can see on the top left, we have Rosa, Knight Cecil, 6-star Cecil, and Edge are being added to the game as of today. And the 5-star of Rydia and Cain are both being unlocked as well. So we're getting a bit of an upgrade to those characters, and let me tell you, we're starting with Cain here. It's quite an upgrade. At first it might not look like it, so here's his wiki page. You can see his new 5-star. If you look at the bottom left, I've got a scrolling wheel of all of his stars. But yeah, so anyway, his attack is only 112. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. And this is only 5-star, remember. So he's gonna have the ability to use lances, katanas, swords, and daggers. Most likely you're going to want to use a lance or a katana. We have really good katanas, we have really good swords. He has mediocre lances right now, mostly the elemental lances. But, so we've all seen what he has before. So he's got his 3-star, 4-star abilities. They're not that great. I mean, he was good at jumping. He had 100% bonus to his jumps, which made them okay. They weren't amazing, they weren't bad, but because of the delay of 1 turn, he was definitely beat out by most damage dealers. At 5-star here, so what makes him great, from 3-star with what's usable, jump's okay. We're not going to be using jump anymore soon, I'll explain why. Lance is nice to gain some of your MP and HP back in a pinch. Probably still not going to be using it too much. Dragon Killer, very unique. I think he's one of the few units that has Dragon Killer. So any pesky dragons, he's gonna kick the crap out of them. But once we get to 5-star here, this is where his new Awakening comes in, which actually uses a new material that you can only get from the new Awakening Pro event, I believe it is. So 20% attack, which is huge. Dragoon Spirit, which I believe the question mark here is whether it's been confirmation on the name. This is already the release day, so I'm assuming these are confirmed. They just haven't fixed that yet. So anyway, he gets an additional 120% on top of his jump. So that combined with high jump, he's going up to 220% on his jump type attacks. Meaning that this is now, rather than a 1.8 times that by 100%, you got a 3.6. Yeah. You can add this in as well, and you're just climbing. So it's starting to get better, but that's not where we're going to use him. He has Power Surge, increased 40% attack. So this is a self buff. If you say don't want to use cheer or don't have cheer, it's great to pump him up for his damage for these jumps that we're going to be doing. Spearmaster is 20% attack bonus when you're equipped with a spear. That's why I was saying most likely you're going to equip a spear rather than one of the other 2 weapon types, even though we have weaker spears right now, because you're just going to get that bonus that'll bring them up to that. You can use, say, the katana from the most recent event. I think it's like an 80 attack with fire damage or something around those lines. It's going to end up being better than most of your spears, but it also has fire element, so you're kind of stuck on that. You can always throw on the Enhancer Sword or Shining Splendor, etc., which will help. But here's his bread and butter, Dragon Dive. So it's an upgraded jump, basically. So 2.1 times with jump delay 1 turn versus the 1.8 times. It's not a huge increase, but whenever you multiply it by the high jump and the Dragoon Spirit, you're doing something like it's above 6 times damage, but if you divide it by the 2 turns that it takes to use, it's like 3.36. So it's like per turn. It's slightly better than Barrage. And he has, like, with all these other attack bonuses, he actually gets really, really high attack. When it comes down to it, I've seen on the Reddit there's a lot of comparisons. Someone compared between Cain 5-star with like maxed out TM weapons, abilities, everything, versus a Lightning 6-star with her maxed out TM's abilities, and his jumps were doing insane amounts of damage. You can check that out on the Reddit. I actually can't remember the name of the person that posted it, but they're awesome. Thank you for all that info. I'm probably going to be leveling my Cain now because that just brought back the Dragoon in me. All my past games, I've loved Dragoons. Cain is one of my favorite characters. I'm ashamed to say that I did not level him yet. It's coming. I'll level him soon. So at 5-star, he just gets a small bonus to his Dragon Fang. I mean, it's a damage-based attack, so you're probably not even going to want to use this over his insane jump. It's only 13 MP, so 13 MP for a 6 times plus modifier over 2 turns. It's pretty good. So as you can see here, the awakening material needed that we just have access to now is Fury Seed. So unfortunately, we weren't able to like upgrade him right away. You have to do the new pro event. It's not that hard, so you can upgrade him pretty quick. As you can see, scrolling on the side or right here is his 3 versions. The 5-star is insane. I think it looks amazing. So that's pretty much all we got for Cain. He is now a viable damage dealer unit. Highly recommend him, mostly because I'm biased and love Dragoons. But he's also only a 3-star base, so you're able to pull him versus a lightning. So if you can actually get some good gear on him, he's gonna do really good damage, even without all those TM weapons dealing like 340,000 damage or whatever it is with dual wield and all that. You're still gonna do really well. I think he can pull out like 40k jumps with just regular gear, like non-whale gear. I don't have whale gear, so that's basically what I'm gonna end up having. So anyway, we'll move on to Rydia. She also had an upgrade here. So basically she looks pretty awesome now. With the kind of effect they've got behind her with the Mist Dragon, kind of like a memento to her mom. She has decent magic now. Like she's gone up on everything. Mostly her MP is one of her strong suits. She's still got, in my opinion, okay stats. You can pump all these up, so you can make her be a major magic dealer, or you can keep her get her MP real high. It really depends on what you want to do with her. I never really like giving too many strong opinions on characters, because I think every character has its own niche thing that it can do. Most people are like, oh, it's not the meta, it's not like they can do the most damage in the game. So like, I like using Locke. He's not the best damage dealer, but he's a good damage dealer, and he has a lot of support abilities, and he can learn like almost every type of magic. So when it comes to Rydia here, she might not be the best mage, but she also can be. Like, I believe with her mage 20% that she's gaining now from 5-star. So she was an evoker, obviously summons. That's what she had before going for her. Now she has more MP, more magic, and even more Esper damage. So when you summon an Esper on her, she's going to be getting a 60% bonus to her damage. It's pretty huge. Her weapons and stuff are standard for like a black mage. You can learn whatever you want, really, black magic wise, at 5-star. One of the things about her, so her mage is 105. You go up by 20%, you're getting like a 120. Stack on all your gear. She can actually get decent magic. So her original magic from 3 and 4 stars before this upgrade, one of the best things she has is Osmos. So she can actually pull back her MP without having to equip Diablos or Ramu, but if she's going to be your main caster, you're probably going to have Ramu on her anyway. She only has access to Blizzard and Thunder magic, only Thundaga for an Ega spell, but her new abilities, one being Thundaga, Bioga, so if you want to poison enemies, it's helpful. Anything that's super resistant to all your elements, except for Dark, would work there. But she also has Meteor. It costs a lot of MP, but she has a high MP pool. It deals massive amounts of damage because it ignores a bit of Spirit, and it does a large amount of base damage. This spell, combined with her new upgrades to her stats, can make her a very viable caster. So one thing about her, though, with her limit burst is she increases your summon gauge. She's really good about pulling out more summons. So she's not going to have a mage-specific limit burst here, but most of the summons are magic-based damage. So you'll be able to use that anyway, and just keep casting your Ramu or whatever element weakness they have. For Awakening, her specialty one is Wicked Drop. I believe that comes out in the new Awakening Pro as well. So I'm not like as super hyped about Rydia because she was never really one of my favorite characters. I thought she was a great as summoner of the series, but I always fell in love with like Cain and Cecil, so she wasn't one of my like, oh my god, I got Rydia. I do have 2 Rydias. I haven't leveled her yet though, but definitely the difference between the 4 and 5 star is just an amazing sprite right here. So yeah, if you don't have a really good caster and you pick up Rydia, she's definitely viable. Meteor is a great spell, so we'll move on to Edge now, who is a new unit, which is actually as of this banner. So he's going to be a 3-star base. Pretty easy to pull. This is going to be the shadow of this event. I really hate that term where he's the shadow, because Shadow is one of my favorite characters of all time, and he's just not the greatest in this game. I still plan to make a team full of shadows to try to beat content with. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a horrible time, but anyway, his sprite up here, so cool. If you're a fan of ninjas and you like Naruto and all that, everything about this is just you're gonna love it. He has what I would call balanced stats. So he is a physical damage dealer. His magic is decently high, so 91. It's not amazing, it's not bad, but you know, he's average. He's able to use a decent number of weapons, so he can use the katanas that we've gotten. If you've gotten any Rising Suns from your lock, you can use that. There's a couple good claws actually, so he will have access to decent weapons. He does not have access to any magic though, but he is able to cover a lot of it in his own abilities. So since he's a new unit, I'll actually start with his 3 stars. He's got throw. He's a ninja. I mean, he deserves to have throw. Smoke is basically escape, but I believe it's cheaper. Not entirely sure. Steal, we all know this. We like stealing stuff. It's great. Magic Shuriken, believe they're still trying to figure out if that's the right name, because I believe it's actually Wind Shuriken. It deals an automatic 1000 damage to enemies. I believe it's unmitigatable. I'm not 100% sure on that though, which could have its niche. It's like throwing a shuriken. You deal 1k damage. There might be enemies that are just so high defense that you can't deal damage to them, so that could be useful if that's how it works. They haven't confirmed it, so I haven't pulled one yet. I'm actually going to pull at the end of this video. Maneater, bread and butter for most ninjas. They get a ton of extra damage against human type enemies. There's a lot of human type enemies in the game. Attack plus 10%, always good. Here's where his kind of specialty niche comes in. He's able to cover almost every element, or actually every element, maybe? Maybe not dark and light. So he's got his single target and all target spells. So flame, single target fire. There's a multi-target fire. Oh, maybe not. Huh. I thought there was one for every single one. But anyway, he's got a lot of type advantages. So he's got fire for single, ice versus all, lightning versus all, water versus one, wind versus one, earth versus all. I could have swore he had every element for both all and single, but I was wrong. So that kind of brings him down on my scale of if I'll use him. Camouflage, he's not going to get hit as often. Locke also uses this. It's one of the great things about having a damage dealer. Even if they're not able to put out crazy insane amounts of damage, if they're not being targeted as often, they're less likely to die, which means they get to continue doing damage in a long, prolonged fight. He has Elude, Blind, so Confused, Blind, Kuriyami, different name probably in the English version. Oblivion for Silence, and Caltrops for Paralyze. So he's able to confuse, blind, silence, and paralyze all enemies. Confuses against one. But that's a really good range of utility, especially with his element advantages, and Mirage helps him basically also stay alive. You can get Mirage from Mirage Vest, so that's not like super great, but you can always put Mirage Vest on somebody else and let him just use this. So overall, he's a decent unit for the fact that he has so many things that he can do, but because he's like a jack of all trades, he's not really a master of anything. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to use him as my nuker. So he's not going to be the biggest magic damage guy out there, but he can help element chain for your other mages that you have in the situation of, say, you come across an enemy that has element weaknesses and does no physical takes no physical damage. He can at least fill that role and then change back over to physical DPS later. So he, I believe, is... I'm not sure if Dragonheart is new. I don't think it is. No, it's definitely not. So none of his items are actually new. You can just awaken him from the original awakening tiers. You probably already have these materials if you're not new. If you are new, it won't be long before you get these. Especially if you can get up to that pro rank where sacred crystals start dropping like candy, apparently. I haven't done it yet. So yeah, there's his 3 sprites. He goes from awesome ninja to awesomer ninja to, oh my god, this is amazing. I might use him every now and then just because of that sprite. It's really cool. Edge is one of those characters that I felt like he never got enough love in the original game. Like, there is a large storyline around him, but because he's so late in the game, most people don't even know who he is, because they might not have beaten the game. They might not have gotten far enough to even experience one of the best ninjas in the Final Fantasy series. So, on to Rosa here. So, she is one of the harder ones for me to be okay with in this event, because she starts as a 4-star base. She's gonna be a great healer. I can already just assume that. Like, I haven't even looked at her abilities. I'm assuming that she's gonna be a great healer because she's like the white mage of Final Fantasy IV. When you think white mage over Final Fantasy, she's usually one that comes to mind if you played them all. But anyway, she starts at a 4-star base, so she's gonna be a little bit harder to pull. I specifically have really bad luck with pulls. I generally never get golds, and I think I've gotten one, if even one, rainbow crystal. So she has a wide range of weapons that she can use, including harps. She's pretty good with a bow. She has decent attack, I believe. Decent, not great. She's still a white mage at heart, so they really are trying to sell the fact that she can still deal some damage with her bow, but you're probably going to stick a staff on her and go nuts. She has, obviously, the best white magic capability for materia. So let's get into her abilities here. 4-star, she has aim. Honestly, unless you plan to actually use her as a little bit of a damage, you're probably not going to use that. MP plus 20%. More MP is always great on healers. Spirit plus 30% is even better. That's a huge spirit bonus on a healer. Sharp Shot, again, is one of those you're probably not going to use it. Charge Shot you might use to help AoE clear trash mobs whenever she's not healing. MP Stroll is kind of cool. So when you're in exploration events, which I believe all of the event right now is exploration for the Final Fantasy IV event, she'll get 2 MP per every 3 steps. It's great. I mean, you can heal up in between fights and use the MP as you see fit. Run around before the boss, get your MP back. But her bread and butter is Bless, other than her healing, obviously. It's a way to actually heal MP for your allies. So I think this is the first unit that, like, she's really heavily MP maintaining for your team. But that's something you might consider swapping your Lena out for, depending on the event. If you don't have a Lena, she's a great unit, because she's going to be contending with Garnet and Lena for that kind of top healer spot, in my opinion, because of that really high spirit, and she also has Curaja. So she has Esuna, so she can get rid of most of the abilities, Curaja to heal just about everything, and apparently it's Dispelga, which is great for... the current event has a lot of buffs on the enemies, so Dispelga is going to help. I'm surprised she doesn't have any lower cures than Curaga, but if you're fighting really hard content, you're not going to need the less healage. You'll probably be using Curaga at minimum. Another great thing, though, is she has Stona to go along with Esuna. Most people don't realize Esuna does not heal stone. So having that on her as well is really great, and that makes her probably one of the best healers in her spell lineup. Unfortunately, she doesn't have Raise, so she gets kind of beat on that by, I believe, Garnet has Raise. Lena does not, but Lena has cheer, so it's going to be one of those, if you have access to cheer, or say Ramza's it's like battle shout or whatever it is, it's rhyme, hero's rhyme, I think. Then you won't need Lena and you can use Rosa, but it all comes down to your party setup. I can't specifically say, hey, this is a great unit for you specifically. I don't know. For me, I have Lena, and I really like cheer. I don't have any other access to cheer, so if I get a Rosa, I might use her down the road, but not right now. Her limit burst is pretty cool. If you get her 5-star, if you max her out even, it's really good. So healing HP, it says a percent, so I'm assuming it's percent of the person that you're healing. So like if your tank gets hit by this and it's an almost 80% heal, say they have 10k health, it would be 8k healing. That's pretty nuts, but it's also not as good for your lower end guys that have really low HP. The 20 to 39% MP percent, I'm assuming, is their percent MP, which is huge. So like imagine get your very prolonged exploration and all your mages are running out of MP. You use this, they have 39% back. That's a huge amount. So for her awakening materials, we've got pretty standard stuff. Brilliant Ray is in red. It might be new. I'm not sure on that. Wicked Drop is new. Well, that for sure. So you'll have to get that from grinding the new Pro Awakening, which, as far as I know, isn't going to be too hard. So you should be able to farm that up. It costs a lot of energy, though. I think it's 20. So that's it for Rosa, then. We'll move on to the epicness that is Dark Knight Cecil. He's going to be basically the highest attack in the game right now, but he doesn't have the best abilities to utilize that attack. So he's still going to be, like, he's a 6-star. He's a 5-star base. Don't expect to pull him. It's going to be like a 2% chance or some low, horrible amount. If you pull him, congratulations. I probably won't get one. I'm a free-to-play scrub. I might put money into this event just because I really like a lot of these characters. I'm not sure. I have somewhere around 12 tickets to use. Anyway, let's get on to his stats. He's got a pretty badass 6-star, kind of glowing with darkness energy. So here's his stats. As a 6-star, he's going to have way better stats than most people. Really high HP, high MP. Actually, yeah, that's really high MP. His attack is astronomical. Defense, magic, and spirit are all pretty decent. Like comparatively from his 5-star, they're like, you can compare this if you're really used to 5-star stats. So they're decent here. Going up to 6-star, they continue to be decent for a 6-star. They're amazing if you only have 5 stars. His drop check is really good. He only swings once, but he gets 12, up to 12 crystals. So he innately gets 50% darkness resistance, which we don't have a lot of enemies that have been using darkness on us, but they might happen and you might need it. He has a really wide range of weapons, so basically any weapon that we have that is really good right now, he has access to it. Except for maybe like Rising Sun, but if you're a TM grinder, you probably went for Excalibur, you went for Miyuki's katana, I can't remember what it's called, it always messes me up. You can throw on Enhancer, you can throw on Shining Splendor, any of the newer swords, they're all going to be great. He has access to both light armor and heavy armor, which there's a lot of pretty decent stuff out there right now. So like force armor if you want him to be tanky. So onto his abilities. Since he's starting at a 5-star, he gets some fun stuff. Store is one of those abilities that I hate it. So you waste a turn to get 0.8 times damage, basically. So you charge up 80% bonus damage for your next attack. You can do it twice to get a 160% bonus. It increases the damage you take by 50% though, which really sucks, especially if you like are fighting something that's going to kick your ass. Dark Side is... it's okay. 30% of your maximum HP is sacrificed. You do 1.5 times darkness physical damage to all enemies. So it's really good for AoEing. If you're spamming your heals anyway and he's not taking much damage, this is going to be good, but it's not the best. Knight's Wrath, which is actually a global unique ability, I believe. They announced it today and somebody's already put it in. So you get attack and magic 30% for 3 turns when your HP drops below 30%. Because that says for 3 turns, I believe it's a buff, which might mean that it's actually useless if you're using things like cheer and focus to get your attack and magic up by 40%. So that might not be the greatest. It'll be great if you want to solo with them, because it'll probably go down below that percent and get the bonus. Drain Blade is pretty cool. It's one of the things you might use quite often if you're using a lot of his abilities to drain his HP. Drain Blade's gonna deal hybrid damage and suck HP back from the enemy. You can also use Drainer if you got a Blood Sword. Those 2 abilities will keep his HP up. HP Stroll is kind of silly in my opinion. I wish it was MP Stroll. Basically, you get 5 HP whenever you're walking around in an exploration. 5 HP is really nothing, especially when you get up to, like, he's got 3,700, so you're going to get in a battle way before you heal up. Dark Cannon is basically an upgraded version of Dark Side, so dealing 1 times damage more at 2.5 times with a 10% additional HP sacrifice. You'll probably use this quite a bit for wave clearing. You got random trash mobs, you just want to blow them up. Use Dark Cannon, annihilate them all, and you're good. You'll heal up afterwards, whatever. Shikoku is increased attack and dark resistance, so this is amazing on him, plus the additional 30%, so that's 50% additional attack right away, just passively, at 6-star level 15. That's huge, especially because his attack is already 155, so adding in 50% bonus, you're over 200 already without equipment. That's why he's like the highest attack unit in the game as of right now, but he doesn't really have any abilities that are specifically like, holy crap, let's use that with this high attack. He has good ones, so all these physical damage ones will work for that, but so moving on, we got HP damage 75% with HP sacrifice 10% to 1 enemy. So I believe this is basically gravity. It's like super gravity, so 75% of their HP if they're not immune to gravity effects, and it takes 10% of your damage or your health to be able to do it. It'll be really good for certain enemies. Most enemies I find are resistant to gravity from going forward. They have been so far. HP plus 20%, always great whenever you're blowing your HP constantly. MP refresh, so auto refresh 5% per turn during battle, so you're not going to run out of MP as easily as most other characters. I wish I had this on every unit. I don't have any units with it. It's great. I want all my mages to have it or something. Dark Flame, this is the ability that a lot of controversy has been happening on the Reddit. I've actually had been reading about people that are talking about using him as a mage, so stacking all the magic possible on him, because this is magic-based damage. It does not use any of his HP to cast, but it's still as strong as Dark Cannon. So without 40% HP sacrifice, you can still deal the same damage if you're pumping your magic up heavily. This is a great ability if you are still running physical, because if you run into enemies that are weak to magic and they have a huge physical defense, this is going to bypass that and at least still be helping your team rather than sitting there being like, I'm hitting for nothing. Soul Eater is his final move and bread and butter in a way. So his deal physical damage 3.2 times. It's a huge modifier. It's like basically like Barrage, but it has a 49% HP sacrifice. So you're losing almost half of your health to deal 1 hit. It's a really big hit, but the problem is, say you have dual wield on him, you're gonna lose 80, 98%, so you'll have 2% of your health remaining if you use Soul Eater. I'm fairly sure, unless it doesn't cost the HP sacrifice for the second hit, which would be great. If it does, then that's great, but if it does use both of it, you're literally killing yourself anytime you use that. Even at the 49%, you'd probably be killing yourself. My thing with this unit most people are saying this is why he's not that great, is because you can't stack dual wield on him and have Soul Eater just annihilate things because you'll kill yourself. I think he'd be a better unit to give double hand to. He has a naturally really high attack. If you put double hand on him, it increases all of your equipment attack by a large amount. So rather than trying to dual wield and hit this twice, just try to hit it with one really insanely large number. That's how I think you should use Dark Knight Cecil. So Shadowbringer, I was really hoping that his limit burst would actually absorb HP somehow, kind of like Dwayne does, because he has so many sacrifice moves. But again, it's another sacrifice, so you deal pretty good damage. The main thing is it's much less HP sacrifice than your Dark Cannon. You're dealing more damage than Dark Cannon with less HP sacrifice. It's great for AoE. So with his Awakening, as he is a 5-star, you can only pull him as a 5-star. At 6-star, he's going to need a lot of the Calamity and this fun stuff. You can get Divine Crystals, Fairy Writ, and all that from his event right now, but it's a limited number. I think it's 5 Divine, 5 Fairy's Writs, like I think 5 Prismatic Horns as well, and then like only a few of these. So if you haven't already grinded those up in the previous event, you might not be able to 6-star them until the next event because they're only giving us a limited amount. As of this video, I have not done the event, so there is a possibility that they're putting it in the exploration nodes. The Japanese version did not have that, so it's possible. 5 to 6-star. The 5-star is very clean. The 6-star is still very clean. I like that about them. Because sometimes when you get like these massive auras around guys, you can't even see the character. So I can appreciate what they've done here. So we're going to move on to the final units. I know this has been a long video, but there's been a lot of units to deal with because of the Awakening increase and the 4 units that are, well, technically 3 units that are being added and 3 units that are being upgraded. So I had a lot to go through here. So 3-star base. The reason I would save Cecil Paladin for last is in my opinion, he is the best unit in the game. Let me explain before you get upset. Most people will agree that he's an amazing unit, but the reason he's the best unit in the game for me, I don't have him, for one, but he is a 3-star. So he's much easier to pull than most other characters. He gets a 6-star, meaning that because he's easy to get, you will be able to get a 6-star Cecil. Unlike, say, Lightning or Dark Knight Cecil, that is a 5-star base. You're just not going to be able to do it. Not as easily. Like, you're going to either be a whale or really lucky. I didn't get one. I don't think I'm going to get one, like a Lightning. But Cecil, I have a dream. I have the dream that I will pull him today. This sprite here, it doesn't look the greatest on the white background. As you can see, it just scrolled past. It looks a lot better on the regular background with the transparency. Here, it looks very like something went wrong. But when it scrolls again on my video, you'll see him on the left-hand side. So, we all already know what Cecil does. If you don't, he's a tank. He's a beastly tank. He's also a huge support unit. I believe he's currently ranked number 1 tank because he's the first 6-star tank. But he's also like number 3 healer, and he's also really high on support too. So like as of right now, he's just overall an amazing friggin' unit. And he's an obtainable unit. Another great thing, I didn't actually say it up here, his Tress Mastery is Excalibur. I didn't go through anybody's Tress Masteries actually. Cain's is Gugnir, amazing lance. Rydia's is Blizzaga, which is always good, but I'm not going to grind for that. You've got Edge's, which is Hanzo Gauntlet, which I'm not sure if they actually updated it. It does. So it didn't say it in the release, but it does give you Mug as well as the Defense and Spirit. So in the in-game tooltip only shows this. It doesn't say anything about the Mug. So Rosa gives you a really nice bow. Goddess Bow is new. You do attack 91 and Spirit 40. It's good, but I mean, you're probably going to just use your killer bow rather than grinding out this for, say, your Artemios. Dark Knight Cecil, Another reason why he's really good, he has Deathbringer, which is the counter to Cecil's, which is Excalibur. They both are a 120 attack. They have dark or light element respectively. This one here has Maneater, which kind of brings it above Excalibur in my opinion. So if you look at Excalibur, it doesn't have any bonus effect, but it's still just an amazing sword. It looks great, everything. So anyway, back on to his stats. Sorry for not having that in there before. It is now recapped. Fantastic. We have fairly high attack, insane defense, decent spirit, decent magic, and his MP is pretty high as well. He's got really high HP. I mean, he's a 6-star, most of them do. He also is innately gains 50% light resistance. So moving forward, he has access to all of the weapons that Dark Knight Cecil has, and more, I think. Let's double check here. Yeah, so he has access to axes. Yeah. Sorry for the quick switching back and forth there. Probably disorienting. He has access to the same kind of armors. He even has light armors, like clothing. So I think that falls into the category of Mirage Vest. He might be able to put that on and just negate a couple attacks. So moving in, he has access to support magic, healing magic. This is why he's so good. Going into his abilities, he has cover, which honestly, no one really cares about cover. It's nice to have 5% chance to guard your allies, but you're not counting on that one. Defense plus 10%, demon killer, so he's great at killing anything that's demons. We don't fight them often, but it does come up. Sentinel, which is a chance to protect at 30%. So 30% chance that he's just going to block for an ally at 50% mitigation. What that means is he's going to basically jump in front of the ally, raise his shield, and block 50% of the damage, and he's taking the damage, not the ally. So he's already a really great tank because of that. That's a 5-star. Adding up to 6-star now, though, he gets Holy Light, so he's getting way more defense, and another 50% light resistance, so he becomes immune to light damage. He gets HP 20%. He's a tank. He needs more HP. It's great. High Tide increases his limit gauge fill rate, which basically doubles the speed at which he gains limit break, so he can use his limit break more often. This is probably one of the best things that he gains. I'll explain why when we get to the limit break. Attack plus 20%. It's nice for your tank to be able to deal damage, but he's probably going to be busy casting other things. Example, focus. So gaining focus means you don't have to have another unit using it. So he can be your tank, your healer, your buffer. Like you can really just put Cecil in those like 3 slots as one character for now, at least until things start getting much harder. He has another defense plus 20%, so I believe he's up to 20, 40, 50. Yeah, 50% bonus defense on top of his 141. So he's pretty much not going to take much for physical damage. And then his final and amazing ability here is Saintly Wall. So similar to Sentinel, he is now able to protect at a 75% chance with a damage mitigation of 50%. I am not sure if this actually stacks with Sentinel and cover. It wouldn't. If it does stack, it's probably not a an additive stack, so it wouldn't be 75 plus 30 plus 5, meaning he, no matter what, blocks 110%? I'm terrible at math today. Anyway, he's probably not going to be doing that much blocking. But he's doing like it, so rather than additively, it'd be multiplicatively. Sorry, I had a tooth out recently, so I can barely even say these kind of words. So it's gonna be 75% plus multiplied by an additional like 30%. So you're probably going up to like 81 or something, plus another 5%. So you're probably like anywhere between like 82, 85% chance to block if it's multiplicatively. I haven't done the actual math. You're probably going to want to look at the Reddit where someone has done the math on that. But basically, he's going to block almost every attack. And this one here is protect the party member entirely. So it's both physical and magical damage. This one here, I believe, is as well. I think cover was only physical. So that's that's basically, he's super tank. All of his abilities here are, I am super tank, hear me roar. But moving on to his spells, he's got some support stuff. So Libra is always great. You can figure out the weaknesses of the enemies if you haven't already looked up a guide of the enemy. He has Protect and Shell. They're okay. I mean, it would be nicer if they were Protect Ga and Shell Ga, but you can at least fulfill that role over a few turns. He has the healing spell, so like here, you can heal throughout explorations by using little MP on small chip damage you've taken. Kira is probably going to be the same. Originally, when I started this game, my friend had a Cecil, and his Kira is what kept me alive until I actually got a healing character of my own. Because I started out with, you know, Magitech, Terra, Biggs and Wedge, etc. And I was getting my butt whooped because I had no healer. Dispel is great, especially this event. There's all those bosses that you can dispel off their effects. But here's the new amazingness that is 6-star. So he gets Kiraja. He might not have as high of a spirit as most healers, but he has high enough that he can be your healer. He is like number 3 on healing, I believe, because he's 6-star and has Kiraja. So you can straight up make him your tank, your healer, and he has a lot of support moves. Not in his abilities, but he has Protect Shell, Dispel, and his final and most amazing thing is Limit Burst. So at 5-star, it was Defense and Spirit 40%. It's amazing for defending your team. Sacred Guard is his 6-star. It adds in attack and ups it to 50% base, 74% maxed out. So basically, the only thing you're not upping is your magic, which you can do via focus. And for 3 turns, your team is basically going to be gods from that right there. They're going to hit like Mack trucks. They're going to be able to defend against both physical and magical attacks. For 3 turns, you basically just don't care. It's like going Super Saiyan for your whole team just because you had him on here. And because you have the Limit Burst increase from High Tide, he's going to use this twice as often as he was at 5-star. What I recommend, if you do pull a Cecil and he's 3-star and you haven't had a Cecil, or you say it's your second Cecil, go and grind out your Limit Break. Limit Break it, increase it to the, I believe it's 15 or 10, then 15, then 20, and then 25 each time you level up, because awaken. So when you awaken, it actually increases the amount it takes to level up your ability, but the level carries over. So if you max out at each star rating and then awaken, you'll have a much easier time and you'll get to that 6-star maxed out way faster. It's still going to take a long time, but if you have 2 Cecils, have one for grinding that Limit Break for way down the road when you want to have this, and just have your first Cecil just max them out and have the 50%. So you have kind of 2 Cecils going at the same time, and you can always be grinding out the Excalibur TM on both of them, right? Which everybody loves Excalibur. It's one of the best weapons. Well, one of 2 best weapons in the game right now, in theory. So yeah, the Awakening, it's got standard Awakening for 4 and 5-star because he has been out. His 6-star are all newer items. You're going to be able to get some of these from the event, just like with Dark Knight Cecil. You're not going to be able to get all of them from this event, so hopefully you farmed up some Auracite and you can purchase the other stuff, because this character is just amazing. You can see the difference in his sprites. He goes from Paladin Saintly, and then he's like, ooh, I got some shininess. And then he gets a nice new sword and a little bit of frill on his cape. And then he's just like, I'm going Super Saiyan. I'm out. Everybody's done. I'm the best now. So anyway, that was the banner summary for all of the new characters, kind of what their roles are, how good they can be. Some of them are amazing, some of them are just okay. There's no unit in here, like even Rydia and Edge, they're still good. Rydia is actually almost top tier mage. Edge is the weakest unit, but I would still say if you want them, go and get them. Definitely pick up Cain if you want to try out the his new jumps. His new jumps are going to be amazing. So that's it for today. There will be another video probably after work about doing the actual event. Wait a minute, I forgot. The video is not over. I'm going to do my pulls for the day. I have 12 tickets that I'm going to do, and we're going to see if we can actually get any of these units. I put Cain back up on my screen because I love Cain. I already have a couple Cains, so I don't believe he's boosted. Let's go to the game. We can get rid of that one there. All right, so let's click VBs because that's for good luck. And we're going to do a bunch of summons here. So you can see the banners in here. It looks really cool. They're all shiny. I love the little shine effect that's not there anywhere else. So we're going to use our summon tickets. I already pulled my daily today. I wasn't thinking because I wasn't planning on doing a video because I had that tooth out and I figured, you know, I'm probably going to be slurring my words and it'll be horrible, but it didn't turn out so bad. So I pulled a Vaughn this morning. I don't have a full breaker. Oh my god, I got a gold crystal. I never get gold crystals. What is it gonna be? Oh man, I'm so excited. Another Vaughn. I literally just pulled a Vaughn this morning. I had no full breaker and now they're like, hey, here, you can have another one. Oh man, I'm happy, but I'm also like, what the hell? Okay, well, that's cool. The Vaughn that I got before I think was a 3-star. So actually, let's double check. Yeah, it's a 3-star versus a 4-star. So I mean, that's cool. I wasn't expecting that because I've been trying to get a full breaker for so long. And now they're just like, we'll just give you 2 in a row. That's cool. All right, what do we got? Oh, it's a blue. A blue can still have Cecil in it though. I'm okay with this. Oh, it went up to a cup. What is this? Okay, I swear, recording a video for YouTube makes the luck on this go even higher. Ah, oh, Galuf. I have so many Galufs. It's not even funny. You want to see how many Galufs I got? It's bad. I'm a really huge fan of Tella, and I've gotten a lot of him, so I'm not really complaining. Oh, clicked the wrong thing. I have to sort by number so you can see them all. So yeah, I have 4 Tellas here, and I have a Tella in my party, so I might do a 5 Tella party just for fun. And now I have 5 Galufs. One of them being stronger at his 4-star. Yay! He's actually got a pretty cool animation. He looks kind of like he's gone Super Saiyan. Anyway, let's get back to this. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already quite long. What we got here? Everybody pull your luck together and give it unto me. I've never gotten a rainbow crystal. Fairly sure. If I have gotten one, it was like 1 and I was probably drunk or something. Come on, Cain, give me your luck. Oh, what? Okay. My brain doesn't work. I've had 3 gold crystals. 2 of them have upgraded. Oh, I got Rosa. Okay. I'm okay with that. She's a 4-star base, so that was the only way to get her. I am trying to collect every character in the game, so that's really cool. There might be a niche where I'll use her over Lena. So I'll probably level her up and check her out. She's definitely got some really high healage. She's got the Dispel. She's got... Are you kidding me? Seriously, I have pulled for the last like 4 weeks and gotten like 1 gold crystal, and I've just gotten 4 in a row. I am happy. Oh, I'm no longer happy. So Lonnie's not exactly the greatest unit. I don't plan to ever use her. I never really got into that character in Final Fantasy 9? Yeah, Final Fantasy 9 for that. Oh, here's the blue. Alright, I think the streak's over. Can be a Cecil, though. It can always be a Cecil. It's Leo. Leo's one of my favorite Final Fantasy 6 units, but I already have one maxed out that I use. So I can maybe use it to try to get another Aegis shield or I mean, put it towards the current Aegis shield that I'm working on. Let's try this again. Another blue crystal. It can be a Cecil. Cross your fingers that it's going to be a Cecil, guys. Edge! Cool, I got a new character released. Oh, that attack animation was sweet. So yeah, I got an Edge. Yay! Let's just hope they don't give me any more. I mean, his Hanzo Gauntlet's decent, so I could maybe get one of them. I was hoping not to spend all my tickets. I'm going to spend the tickets until I get a Cecil. And if I run out of tickets, then, well, we're SOL. Another blue, can be a Cecil, could be a Cecil. I actually want my Cecil to be a 3-star, so... Again, another one of my favorite units of all time in Final Fantasy, but he's not the greatest in this one. It's really unfortunate, because he was like the staple of Final Fantasy VI for me. I thought he was like my main character, because everyone had their own character they thought was a main. Because everyone had their own story, and Terra had like the most story, but everyone was revolving around that. It's another blue. All right, come on, blue. Cecil, 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 Cecil. Maybe. I hate Kryl. I get so many Kryls. Kryl? I don't know how to pronounce her name. Okay, we got 4 more to get Cecil. Then I'm gonna be sad. I might end up having to actually spend money on this game for once. I just really want a Cecil. Like, he's so good, and he's not... Oh my god, are you kidding me? I just said I don't like you. Why? Why would you do this to me? Oh, man. I think I only have, like, 1 ticket left. 1? 2? Oh, no, I have 3. Okay. Yeah, I got so overzealous there. I was just like, oh, I already blew all my tickets on Kryl. I mean, she's a good unit in the fact that she's a 4-star with dual cast, so she can be a pretty decent mage or a pretty decent healer. But I don't like her as a unit. I never really played that much of the... Yeah! Got him. Victory. Yeah, see that little pose? That was the victory pose, Cecil. I'm happy. Trying to think who else I could get. So I got Rosa, I got Cecil, got Edge. So it's only Dark Knight Cecil that I did not get, which he's a 5-star. And my capacity is already messed. But I just want to see how many tickets I have. I think it was 2 left or 1 left. Anyway, I got Cecil, that's what I wanted to do. I'm not going to blow all my tickets and my life on trying to get Dark Knight Cecil, because just like Lightning and Ramza, Delita, they're all just so hard to get. I'd rather save my tickets for the next big event. I know there's a Final Fantasy 13 event going to be coming up with adding Snow in. I think he's got a lower star base, so he's actually obtainable, and he'll have a 6-star eventually or right away. I'm not sure. And any event that has a character that I really want, I want to be able to spend those tickets. I don't get to do that often unless they give me tickets to do it, because I don't spend money on it yet. Keyword yet. If they release a Final Fantasy 7 event and they give us Zack Fair, I'll probably blow all the money to get him. Hopefully Gumi is not listening, because they're going to do it now just to spite me. I'm also hoping for another one of those Cactuar events to basically grab a ton of Cactuars through friend summons. Anyway, that is it for today. If you want to see the shiny Cecil, I'm going to put him right about... Here you go. Oh, it's because I have it on number. Okay. Obtained! Alright, this is going to be the outro screen. Alright, so thanks for watching today, guys. You know the drill. Subscribe if you liked it. If you want to see more of these, I'm going to be trying to release them more often than I did. I put out a stream, and then I had dental done and had a whole bunch of stuff happen, and I just couldn't do anymore. I'm now healed enough that I can speak like this, even though it sounds like I probably have a speech impediment. Probably slurring, mumbling, all that stuff, just because half of my mouth is still all sore. but I'm going to be releasing a video on the actual event, the Final Fantasy IV event. It'll probably be tonight after work. I'm going to do basically every pull and event weekly will be up here again. All right, so thanks for watching and have a great day.